Hi there, so I'm going to be showing you how to make a GPS for your app. So this is going to be the record current location. They're going to be able to see this. It's just going to be like a title. So you want this to be a label. You can get your label from the basic palette where it says label. So just drag that in. You want to change it to record current location and rename it as the current header label. Okay, for the next bit you're going to want the address and unknown. So to do this, you want to go to Screen Arrangements. There, it's on the left. Go for the horizontal one, so drag and drop that one in. Then once you've done that, go back to Basic, grab your label again, and put two labels in here. So the first one's, we're going to call it address, so you can change that in the text box bottom right. And then you're going to rename it as a current address label. Then the second label is going to be known as the current address data label, and we want the text to show that it's unknown. That's because obviously we don't know where the location is at the current moment. Right, okay, so for the next bit we want the GPS and the coordinates to be shown. So for this bit we need to go to Screen Arrangement again and drag in another horizontal arrangement. But this time you're going to drag and drop 4 labels in. So before you put 2 in, so this time we want 4. Okay, so the first one we want to be GPS, and then we're going to rename that as GPS label. For the first label, well, second label, want the to be 0, so we can change that to text to 0 and call it current lat label. So that's going to be for latitude. Then we're going to add a comma for the third label, so put the comma there and call it comma label. And then we want the fourth one to be 0 again, but current long label. So, okay, so for the next part, we want this to be a button, so go to Basic, Button, drag it in. You want to rename it as Remember Button, and we're going to call it Record Current Location. You can put the font on bold if you want to. I've chosen to. So now we want to drag in a label. We want this to be Remembered Location. So rename it as Remembered Header Label, and then Remember Location, or Remembered. Then the next bit we want a horizontal arrangement again. So go to Screen Arrangement, Horizontal, drag it in. Then go back to Basic, drag 2 labels in, then put address and unknown. You want the address one to be called Remembered Address Label, and for the unknown bit, Remembered Address Data Label. Then for the next bit, we want a label again. We want to put 4 labels in again. So this bit's going to be GPS again. Remembered GPS label we want this one to be. This bit's going to be remembered lat label. I want that to be 0.0. The next bit we want a comma again, and for that bit we want remembered long label. Then we want a button again, show direction to remembered location. So basically what you want there is show direction to remembered location there, and rename it as directions button. You want to drag in a TinyDB one. This can be found in the basic palette again. We want a location sensor, so go to Sensors, Location Sensor, drag that in. And then we want a activity starter, so we get that from other stuff, and then go to activity starter, drag that in. But you're going to need to fill in some information. So basically what you want, android.intent.action.VIEW. Then for the second one, we want com.google.android.apps.maps. And then for the activity package, we want com.google.android.Maps.MapsActivity. And what I'll do is I'll put these in the description, so just copy these 3 in. I'll put a label. Please note it is case sensitive, so don't go changing anything.